What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you a new build. We're going to get started on it. I did already get a little jump start on it. I do have the tendency to not grab the camera and I just get into work mode and I just want to get into it. So I've already got a good jump start on it. I can show you guys what I've already got done, explain to you what I have going on, next steps, and let's just show you the build. So it is a 89 4Runner. It is axle swapped, coilovers 4-linked. Basically it's here so I can finish it up and so I can correct a couple issues that ran into along the way of the build. There's a little bit of steering issues, clearance issues, and a little bit of linkage clearing issues. Some geometry is off a little bit. I am modifying the shock hoops and shock mounts a little bit just to make sure everything clears a little bit better. It was touching the steering shaft, so I went ahead, I fully welded in the frame plate here that he already had, took the shock hoop off, drilled through the diamond plate under each spot, put a rosette weld under each spot, took the shock tabs off, which were super long, and then I have this smaller boxed in shock mount here that's going to go on, and it's basically going to pull the coilover out a little bit, correcting the clearance for the steering, as well as the lower shock angle here. I'm going to have to modify that as well, just to prevent binding and, you know, just digging into the side of the coilover or whatever. It's not, angles aren't quite right, so we're just going to adjust some things. We're just making sure the shock hoops are in the exact same spot both sides. And then we are also working on fully prepped up the frame. Got it all raw metal. Took some cardboard templates, got them all traced up, cut them out on the matching diamond plate. And we are currently hole sawing in some holes. And we are going to fully plate the frame all the way, basically bumper to bumper. And we do have those cut out. We're just working on the holes now. I will show you those. Those are right here. So we got a couple of them done. These are done. They just need the holes. I'm putting holes where all these little marks are. So this is driver and passenger side. So again, those are all done. I need to weld them on. I need to finish drilling the holes in them. So we're gonna go ahead and get those on all down here. Show you guys here the cross member, and here's the cross member that we have to modify. It is just tacked in place right now, but we are going to build some brackets in there and make it bolt on, make it removable, so that way it's serviceable later down the road if he ever has any transfer case issues or wants to change anything. Also the 4-link mounts, 4-link bars front and rear. You can see the brackets up in here, everything. Let's give you a shot of the axles. Really nice wheels. I really like those wheels. You can see the frame is already plated in the back here. There is some coilover towers, and I did already cross brace it across the middle here. So went ahead and put that in. The shock spacing is not correct right now, as you can see. So we're gonna go ahead and get the correct spacers. So I'm gonna jack it up, get it off. And I wasn't able to fully weld the tops and bottoms of it yet because the hose is right here and I don't want to risk melting anything. So we're gonna go ahead and modify all that. But I'm gonna have to jack it up once we're done. I'm gonna do the front now. We are currently doing the front, and then I'll move to the rear and jack it up. That way I don't have the whole thing just jacked up. But this side, I currently have the shock hoops out. Drilled the holes for the rosette welds. I just have to burn them in, and I have to fully weld in this frame plate. This one currently is just tacked in place. It does sit a little bit higher than the frame, so I have to trim it down like I did the other side, make sure it's all nice and even and clean. So give you a look. See the nice, it's got a nice front bumper on it already. And show you guys the axles here. Pretty nice axles. got the front 3-link with the track bar. This one we do have to move it over to the left a little bit because it needs to tuck up in there in that little gap. It is currently hitting the oil pan when it flexes, so we're gonna move it just a little bit to the passenger side and try to make it tuck up in there a little bit nicer, get a little bit more up travel out of it. And one other very important part is it does have a Lexus V8 swap, so it is not a little 4-banger or V6 anymore. So after we get all the metal work done, all the fabrication work done, we are gonna go ahead and get it to run the wire harness, run all the plumbing, get everything going. We're gonna run the brakes. Basically, we are gonna completely finish this project. We might redo the bed liner. He said this was done years and years and years ago. It is coming apart, but we'll have to grind all that down. We'll bed line that, probably use the Raptor bed liner like we did on that last Cummins that we did. But yeah, that's the project. It is obviously jacked up in the front, so it is super tall right now. It's stretched out. It's a little bit higher than it would be at full bump because we are trying to have some room to work and adjust the coilovers and everything. So, but yeah, there she is. That's the new project. And what I'm going to continue to do today is I'm going to start putting on these next pieces. So I have pieces going on right here. I have one cut out and drilled for both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cleaned up, and I'm going to get these burnt in right now. Alright guys, so we do have the shock mounts all the way fully welded in on both sides. Check it out. And what I did was I went ahead and I took the shock mounts off because they were leaning pretty hard. Shortened the left side, which gave it some clearance on the left side. Let me get the camera in here better. Before it was already touching and it was leaning really bad. So now the shock mounts are sitting straight up and down, and this tab is corrected so it has the same clearance as the ones on this side right here. So, and as you can see, this side is fully welded in as well. So we're going to continue and keep doing the frame plates on the way down. Alright, so we do have the cross member just about finished. We have these weld-in bunks here, welded in. They go right through the holes, 3 on each side. We're gonna go ahead and jack it up, put the bolts in. We'll see you guys how it looks. That way now this full cross member for the transmission and transfer case is all fully bolt on just by these six bolts, and that's it. That way it's all serviceable and ready to go. Alright, so now you can see it is bolted in. They do just zip right up into the frame, into the weld-in bungs there. Let's go ahead and show you this other side. Show you this other side. This side we do already have the frame plated. We got to do that on the other side. But there you go. All 3 welded in place, bolts going up in there, and it is good to go. Go ahead and let the jack down here. So, and it's good to go. Everything is done. Alright guys, so here we go. Got the frame plating all done. Let's see if you can see it here. Show you all the way down the side here. Frame plating, all the link mounts is fully welded in. All the way to the front. Passenger side. Give you a look here, we lifted up the body with our adjustable tall jack stands here. Worked out really well, lifted it all off the body mounts enough to get in here and fully weld all the way around. So, and all the rears fully done. We even went through underneath here, fully welded everything that was not welded, cleaned it all up, got all the inside of all the frame plating and everything, and the C-notch. Everything is fully welded under here. There was a couple pretty thick gaps that we did have to fill in the C-notches there, that we threw some extra metal in there and filled it in, and it's not the absolute prettiest, but we were able to fully fit our fingers in there with gloves, so it was a pretty gnarly hole. So at least we got it filled, we got it solid. So that's that. That's gonna be a wrap for this video. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. What are you doing?